Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello! It is Saturday, welcome to yet another weekend reading vlog. A weekend vlog, I guess, would be the better way to say it, because I don't know how much reading I'll be doing for this particular vlog this weekend. At least my plan is to read more for my long-term reading vlog that I have on the go. But it is still the weekend, and I'm still gonna be doing a few things. What am I gonna be doing? It's a great question. I have no idea. It is Saturday today, and I put up a poll on my Instagram and asked all of you guys whether or not you wanted live streams every Saturday this month or every second Saturday, as I'd been doing it for January and February. I mean, it was pretty evenly split for the most part, but every Saturday won out. So every Saturday I'm gonna be here at 1 o'clock hosting live streams, so make sure to join me. It's gonna be a good time. So today I have a live stream, and I don't really know what I'm going to be working on. I think as to my world building wise, I should probably start actually physically building the world that I have. Building the realm of Ravar. I never said that that was my realm name in the previous world building video, but yeah, Ravar. The realm of Ravar, or Ravar, or Ravar. Yes, Ravar. Oh, it's a good time. But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot going on. Besides the book that I am reading for that video, I, on a whim, decided to re-pick up The Way of Kings, which is not even on my TBR or anything. I have the audiobook for it, and I decided to pick it up again, and I've listened to both prologues now again, and having already read this and re-listening to it, I am enjoying it so much more than the first time that I read this, because the first two prologues of this book are just all world building-y type stuff, like heavy lore dumps, and you're like, I had really no idea what was going on. So if I end up reading that this weekend, I will let you know, but this is probably going to be another writing oriented vlog, so which is kind of fun, because as we are going into the body of March and into April, Camp Nano's coming up, and I would really like to get going on my world building stuff so that I can start preparing for Project Dragon. So excited. That's kind of what's going on. I'm freshly showered. It is currently 11, so I have 2 hours before my live stream starts, and I'm hungry, so I should go eat something, because I haven't eaten yet today. Make myself a coffee, settle in, and kind of decide what I'm going to be doing for my world building stuff. I think maybe it's time to start building a map. So I think I'm going to grab some like loose papers or maybe a notebook or something. I don't really know what I have around me here, and to like gently hash out kind of my idea, and then I'm gonna see what I can do on the program Inkarnate. If you guys remember my random video that I did a little while ago, that included my chat on Inkarnate. I'm so excited to fiddle with that program and finally come up with a world, because as soon as I do that, I can kind of start building lore and like background for all of the places and a little bit of history, and then I can, once I have most of that solidified and like start going more nitpicky with towns and places and features of the world, I can send that off to my players for my D&D campaign and have them tell me their character's backstory more in depth, so I can build my campaign around that, which is going to be very, very exciting. But yeah, that's what's going on. It's Saturday. It's a bright and sunny day. It feels like spring. My hair is wet, and this t-shirt is not sitting properly on my head, and I'm gonna go fix it. But I will catch up with you guys a little later. Friends, it is now a little bit later. I am currently in my stream. It is 1:30. We're in the middle of a sprint right now, and I've officially kind of completed, at least Ravarin, the planning phase anyways, because I don't want to be too detailed on here and then have to go transfer it into a program on my computer, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to work with Inkarnate and see how we go from there. I am so ridiculously excited to be world building. It is making my brain just start firing off, and I've been using I used a little bit of the Canada coastline at the top here, because we have, like, if you look at a map of Canada really north, we have a bunch of little itty bitty islands, and they're really cool looking, and because they're all like craggy and broken in pieces. which is awesome. I've used that as like an inspiration for the northern aspect of this world. But this has also given me more of an idea of like how each of the pieces of this world kind of are, like where is it going to be farmland, where is it going to be mountainous, where is it going to be foresty, and that kind of stuff. And then I also now know the natural separations and borders for each of the kingdoms, not the kingdoms, empires. And I'm very excited to put this into Inkarnate. Let's create a new map. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. That's what I'm doing. That's where I'm gonna probably spend the rest of my day, and also probably doing like, once I have like a world made, I'm going to do more lore and stuff like that because that seems fun. We're gonna make this a curve. But yeah, this looks like an absolute mess right now, but it makes sense to me. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm very excited to do this now. And we've decided to make these like dice sprints. So I have a bunch of D20s, and I have my proper D20 that I rolled, and I have D10s, D12s, and D8s sitting here just to have a variety of things that we can roll and add to each other to make a sprint, which is super awesome. I'm gonna start that, and I will update you a little later. Hello, my friends. It is a fair bit later. I am in my office. If you can hear my computer freaking out, that's because I'm still working on my realm. I'm still world building it, and apparently this swoopy hair did not curl properly and I didn't notice. Yes, I have built her. I have done so much work with her today. She is beautiful. Do you guys want to see it? So this is what we have. I just spent a little bit of time on this continent here that I have yet to name or figure out what is anything on here, and I have yet to really work with the Manid Empire, but the Brenham Empire and the Nerian Empire are pretty well filled out, and I'm pretty happy with her. Every once in a while I find one of these like dots just in the middle of somewhere, and I'm like, oh yeah, I couldn't name that one. So I've had a great time just naming stuff, and I'm very happy with what's going on here. I also decided to mix both these like lighter brown and these dark brown mountains on this continent. It looks kind of fun, which is interesting. But yeah, I have to play with these deserty bits more. I have to find some proper names for the Manid Empire. And I think I have to find like sea names, possibly like island names, maybe if they're important, probably not. These big pieces probably because they're pretty big, but I'm very happy with where we are. And I just, here as a little sneaky peeky, bring you right in. This is the only different symbol on the entire map. Otherwise we have like the big diamonds, which are the like kingdoms or, you know, big cities. And then we have these babies, which are slightly bigger cities. And then the rest of these are just little villages and towns, but that one's the only different one because of a reason. And I'm happy with the naming customs that I did. I went a little bit like starting about here with Gren and Northdarn and Fallenroch and Freylune and Ensgard, like as we kind of move up into the northern areas, we start to get a little bit more Scottish and Swedish in places, which is making me very excited. And down here we have more of the like English naming customs, like New Reach and Claymore and Freycross and Arrowmount and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then down here we get a little bit different as well. We have the Zydian kingdom with Mossfell and Lillaby. Sorry, I looked like T's for a second, and Freifeld, and then over here we get different names. Yeah, this has been so much fun, and I've been working on this all day. Literally all day. I'm not joking you, all day. I ended up playing bingo with mom and dad, and then made dinner and came right back here. This is where I've been. And this one curl is very ferocious. It did not do that this morning. All right, cool. And now I'm listening to the Dimension 20 podcast, the Adventuring Academy podcast, sorry, with Matthew Mercer. This one is building your own campaign setting. I'm just kind of letting it run as it wishes, listening to it as I just nitpick over my world. I'm so happy with how this is going. And next is starting to build a little bit of information about each place and each like empire and building the lore of the places. And I am so happy with where this is going. And I love the way it looks too. It looks so beautiful. Yeah, I just thought I'd update you on that. I also have a giant list of names as I said, and I even went and I think I accidentally stumbled upon the wrong thing because it started giving me people names, but I have a list of some people names that could be fun for like NPCs. Yeah, that's what I've been doing, and I am enjoying myself immensely. So what I've also learned as I've been doing my map making, I mainly learned from our lovely Victoria Aveyard because she did her map live at 5, not this past week, I believe the week before that, really recently. And she talked through how she did her maps for her most recent release, which is coming in May, Realmbreaker. And she kind of described how she went about it. And she told me, like she told me things. She told us things that went more into like the rules of building a world, like literally that on one side of a mountain it's gonna be more rainy and wet than the other side. The other side is gonna be more of a desert because just the rain patterns and like tectonic plates you have to kind of think about because that's where your mountains are gonna be. And yeah, it was just really interesting to me. So this has been super fun and I really like Inkarnate. It has been a good time. The scrolling feature is driving me crazy because like I want to be able to click and pull into a specific spot, but like I spend about 10 minutes sometimes just like going back and forth trying to get this map positioned correctly on the screen to see it. So that's not fun. I think I'm going to pop all of these names into my Scrivener file because I have not done that yet. And maybe do some more thinking on some names for the Manid Empire, but then I'm gonna start kind of just doing like very rudimentary, like this is this place, this is this place, this is how many people live here, this is the kind of place it'll be, this is the kind of stuff that they make, you know. I guess for a D&D campaign, I'm gonna have to decide like what races will live there more than others. If it's gonna be, like if it's up in the mountains, it's obviously gonna be dwarves because it's mountains and they live underground usually anyways. So that's really exciting. That's what my Saturday has been. It's just been fiddling with my map online, which is awesome. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go get some ice cream, maybe a cookie, maybe both because it's Saturday and I can, and continue with my evening. I just realized it's 9:15. Oh my god, I shouldn't take a break from this, but I'm just so into it. I will update you a bit later. It is now Sunday night. It is currently after 10 p.m. I'm here crocheting another sweater. I decided to make myself the Taylor Swift folklore cardigan because when I went to go buy it on the website, they had completely sold out, and I saw a YouTube video that a lovely woman had put up. Actually 2 YouTube videos. She's done so many YouTube videos. Like she's done 2 massive ones that were like 2 hours a piece explaining and walking you through how to make one, which is the first crochet pattern that I had ever seen for this sweater. So I was like, you know what, let's do some DIY. Let's make this sweater for myself, and I'm really proud of what I've done. Currently laying on the full sweater. All I need now is to finish the bottom cuff, which is what I'm working on, and then the neck cuff all the way around. And then it's done, which is so exciting. Oh, no it's not. I gotta figure out how to make stars and find some buttons. But like generally it's done, because I need stars for the arm thing. So maybe I'll like order some patches or potentially make bigger crochet stars. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But that's what's up. I wanted to pop in with an update for my world building that I've done. I spent a little bit of time this morning when I was on a Skype call with my friends, as I do every Sunday, kind of finishing up my map, which I'm very excited about. I finished up the top. No, actually I haven't finished it. I'm still missing some names for that top piece of the map, but for my main continent of Raverin, everything is done. All the names are in. All the little bits are on it, and I'm really proud of this map. It looks so cool, so that's super fun. it's just been super fun to kind of add stuff to a map and kind of think like, oh, what could be the story about this, or like what could be an interesting place to add on in the middle of the desert, or like in the middle of the tundra, what's something up there that could be fun to add. So it's not quite finished. As I said, I was missing some labels for names, and I realized that I didn't label a different, like the sea pieces. I only have one sea named, or one ocean named, so that's something I have to do. But for most part, it's pretty much done, which is awesome, because then that means that I can now go into my Scrivener file and start building out the lore. So yesterday I filled in at least the Brenham and the Nerian Empire with the kingdoms and then the cities and town names that are there, and I will go in and start building like just like general information about the towns, what kind of towns they are, like their business, just super general, and just so that I know like if my characters in my D&D campaign decide to go to this village, then I know what that village is and then what they'll find there. Super general. And then I have to kind of figure out the vibe of the like kingdoms themselves, and then I have to figure out the history of the place, at least enough of it to like make sense, and also the history and like the pantheon of the gods and stuff that are worshipped in this world. And I have to just have a general idea before then I hand it over to my players and have them give me all of their information back. I think once I reach that point, I'm going to start focusing in on Project Dragon's landscape a little bit, because I am just so excited to get to that point of like exploring the north and like really delving deep into the mythology of those mountains and what the people there do and like their economy and stuff like that, because I have ideas for it. I just need to dive into it and really concretely flesh out that world. So obviously you guys are going to be taken along for the ride. I'm going to show you the map up close. Okay, so we got Ravar. Alright, look at her. Isn't she beautiful? I'm in love with it. I'm honestly in love with it. If it would focus, there we go. So this is all of the northern area of the Nerian Empire. And we have the Black Shell Forest, and we have the Brenham Empire, which consists of the Kingdom of Zidian, the Kingdom of Pralin, and the Kingdom of Leewith. And then we have the Manid Empire, which is kind of on this side here. And we have the mountain range here that I need to name. We have this little mountain range that I need to name, and we need to name the desert. It's probably easy just to go off the Manid Desert. That would make so much sense. And we have this lovely little island here. And then, of course, I added a little ship friend, which is kind of hard to see. Ship friend. And another ship friend there. And a little Loch Ness monster thing there. And then today I finished out most of these names and stuff like that. I even added, actually, why am I doing this with my phone? I can do it with my cursor. Make life so much easier. There we go. So yeah, we have all the bits and pieces of this kind of stuff, which I'm super excited with. And even up close like this, you can see the rivers that I drew in, which is awesome. But yeah, I need to name these places that are empty, and I also need to figure out like the big overarching name of this continent and empire, because this I think is going to be an empire of its own, whereas this is 3 empires. So yeah, that's the map. So yeah, that's the map. That's what's going on. I have had so much fun with the Inkarnate software. It has been pretty easy to use. My only complaint is the scroll feature, trying to get to different places in the map to like see them specifically, because it takes a while sometimes for you to reorient the map and go exactly where you want. So there is that, but other than that, it's been super easy to work with. Just my computer has like a panic every time I open it up and start doing certain things. Like if I'm stamping stuff, it just like overheats and like goes on frenzy. So that's my map of Ravar. That's my fantasy world that things are going to be set in. My D&D campaign, Project Dragon, Project Adventure, as we get closer to that as well, if I ever write that one. I don't know if I will. It's in the back of my head, because I actually use a character for the D&D campaign that I play in. I use a character from Project Adventure for that, so like I'm kind of using him. Now really starts the lore, which is going to be very exciting to just come up with the lore of this world. Very excited to go into this week and start building the more cultural elements of this world. Like I've already kind of done that with the naming of things, because I've kept the Nerian Empire and the northern stuff more in the European and Scottish sounding names. And then like in the midst of the Brennan Empire, we have very English sounding names like Furry Cross and Arrowmount and Roan and Riverspoke and Mamble and Tage's Reach and like stuff like that. And then in the Manid Empire, we have a little bit more of like Eastern Asian sounding names that still kind of fit with the vibe of everything else. So stuff like Narukami and Tanju and Taimen and Sarisan, like things that kind of do blend in but do sound different enough that you can tell that they're from a different part of the world. And then in the unnamed part of my world, I have kind of a blend of more French and English. They sound quite different. Like we have Eden Key and Etithra and Kinstone and Zeltdek and Antovers and I have Kinstone twice. Oh no. And Narlet and stuff like that. So like it's not, like you can tell it's a different place because it's named different, you know? So there is already that aspect of things. I just thought I'd update you on that and on my cardigan and things that I've done. It's not been a super exciting weekend. I have finished reading a book for that video that I'm filming and started another one for that video. Been working on my cardigan. Currently I'm watching a map making YouTube video because I don't really know what else to watch. I finished watching Dimension 20 Fantasy High and I kind of want to get into another Dimension 20 campaign, but to do that I have to get Dropout TV, and to do that I kind of sacrifice a lot of reading time because I noticed like as I was binging that I was like not reading at all. So I think I'm going to wait before I get Dropout TV to allow myself to read more. Allow myself to read more and kind of balance that aspect of my life. But yeah, I think maybe tomorrow I might do another update. I don't know, at least close out this vlog tomorrow. I might, as I kind of sit here, might start fleshing out the world a little bit, fixing a few things on the map maybe, and just kind of starting to get into the nitty-gritty of my world building, which is so exciting. I honestly didn't realize that this weekend was going to be my map weekend, so it's been a good time. It's been a great time, but I'll update you later. Hello friends, happy Monday. I'm here with unboxings and a little baby haul because I bought some books today and I got some books in the mail today. So I figured what better time to sit down and kind of wrap up this vlog with you than with like an unboxing. I got 2 packages from Indigo. One of them I think is a pre-order that comes out tomorrow. Yeah, that's this one. I'm so excited about it. It's The Bone Maker by Sarah Beth Durst. You guys probably know how much I love Sarah Beth Durst on this channel. I love her writing and I love her worlds. And this one, I believe, is another standalone fantasy novel, and it's like a D&D game. Basically. Just feels like, yeah, 25 years ago, 5 heroes risked their lives to defeat the Bone Maker, but victory came at a tragic price. Only 4 of the heroes survived. Since then, Kreia, the group's leader, has exiled herself to a remote tower and devoted herself to one purpose, resurrecting her dead husband. So it's like a little bit of necromantic vibes. I'm very excited about this. I've had this on my radar for a long time. And then let's open up the other package because it's not a pre-order. Oh, it's beautiful. So this is a middle grade. It is The Hat Makers by Tamsin Merchant, which is the person, I believe, in the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice. She played one of the sisters of like Lizzie Bennet, I do believe. But this was specifically for a read-along that I'm doing through Desi's Patreon because I'm a patron of hers. So I'm excited about this and it just seemed so cute, and this cover is so beautiful and I can't wait to read it. So those are those 2. And then I have a bag here of books that I ordered way back in early February. And I got them from, oh, that's not the cover that I wanted. It's fine. Oh, but thank God that these 2 are. Okay, so we have classics from Abe Books. I got Northanger Abbey and Lady Susan and Sanditon and the Watsons in the 2 Penguin copies that I needed. I'm gonna have to pick these stickers off. And then I got Agnes Grey by Anne Bronte, which is the only Bronte book that I was missing, which is awesome. Very excited about those. to finally finish my Jane Austen collection of those Penguin books. Been needing to do that. And then today I went to Walmart and bought some books. I bought The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner, and I got Honey Girl by Morgan Rhodes. These were both on sale, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna get them and we're gonna read them because they sound awesome. That was a book haul. That was a definite book haul. I added too many books to my collection. It's fine. I don't know, like I usually don't count my classics towards my TBR, so that's okay. So I just technically added 4 books to my TBR. But I knew that this one was coming as a pre-order, and I did order this one because of the book club thing, and I'm excited. I need to read more middle grades because, as you guys know, I'm writing a middle grade, so all the middle grades will be consumed, but I'm so excited about this one. It's gonna be such a good fantasy. Woo! Anyways, that's what's that. As an update to my world building that I was doing in this vlog, I haven't really started on any specific towns or like specific world building yet. I do have, actually I went in and I added a whole bunch more towns and I finished labeling up my map, and I finished up my map officially. And I'm excited about it. And then after that I went and I started like looking up medieval towns and stuff just to see how they were laid out. I found a bunch of websites that are gonna be good for like influencing the kind of vibes I'm gonna go for in each town, that kind of a thing. But today, I don't think I have like any work to do today that's like pressing. So I might go upstairs and start really working on my world building. I am excited to have my map finally. Next step, as I said, building that lore, building the general vibes of the world and places so that I can send it off to my players and then they can give me their character information. I can go from there. And then I think once I have that done and the general vibe of the place and like a little bit of the history and the lore of the actual like world as a whole, I'm gonna narrow in on the north and start working on Project Dragon, which is going to be so much fun. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun because I just have a feeling that I'm gonna love being in this world. And the book, the idea I have for a book is going to be a standalone, fantasy standalone for Project Dragon, so very excited to kind of flesh out the world and then really work with the world and the characters to build a fantastic fantasy. But yeah, I'm gonna end this vlog here, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. And if you did, make sure to like this video if you haven't yet. It really helps me out and it makes my day. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, because March so far is pretty great. I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading and writing.